Welcome one and all to the celebration of McKelvey Engineering Commencement, both for our summer 2020 students and our fall 2020 students. And well, what a summer and fall it has been. It is, I mean, first of all, I mean, the primary issue that everybody dealt with was the pandemic, of course. For many of you, that meant remote courses much of the time. It meant challenging living conditions. It meant dealing with courses in ways that you couldn't work with your friends the way you were used to managing to get through your classes. Laboratory work was done in a very different and unusual way. You know, trying to schedule things was challenging. Students are used to being able to manage courses in a particular way that, okay, I won't do anything this week on this course, instead I'll do something else on the other course. But the faculty this year tried to make things a little more regular, which actually turned out to make handling the courses more challenging. But at the end of the day, at the end of it all, you all pulled this off. So we should start by just recognizing how magnificent that is. The fact that we were able to make this happen, you know, that you were able to pull this off was great. I believe there are a couple of faculty joining us online as well. I want to give a shout out to the faculty. As you know, we had no courses online as of March 7th, which is when the spring break, first week of spring break was supposed to begin. And then by March 23rd, every one of our courses was online. And they did it with a tremendous response. And you guys did with tremendous response. You had to get used to, you know, what is it going to mean to do everything on Zoom? And then over the summer, we prepared for the fall. There were some courses done over the summer, but primarily a lot of courses in the fall. And most of you that are on the call this evening are actually receiving your degree because of completing it in the fall. We had over 220 plus courses, about half of them online, about half of them were in hybrid mode. And again, the faculty really stepped up to try to make it as effective and as palatable as possible. And you all stepped up to be able to, not stepped out, that would be a bummer, stepped up to finish your degrees in this very unusual mode of engagement. One of the things that's also different than typical is that many of you are international students, because we have a large cohort of master's students joining us tonight, and many of you are around the globe. That is, you're not in St. Louis, you're not even in the United States, you're somewhere else around the globe. So first of all, if it's 4 in the morning, I apologize. Synchronizing time zones is still a challenge. But what's kind of exciting about people being around the globe is that it shows the sort of the reach that McKelvey engineering graduates have, right? We can impact the technology, the policy, the industry, the research, the society, really around the world. And that's really pretty exciting. I will say, if ever there was a time that the world needed people who know how to solve problems, if the world needed people who can understand what our actual options are, and then figure out the right policies, the right choices, the right way that government, other organizations need to respond, if ever there was a time when we needed such people, that time is now. And whether you think about the way the world's climate is in flux, or if you think about everything from food security to information security and cybersecurity, or just thinking about overall development of transportation and other technologies, there's just an insane demand for engineering talent. And all of you represent that engineering talent. You've all worked incredibly hard to complete the McKelvey engineering degree. I will tell you that we know that it is a lot. For those of you who are undergrads, experiencing WashU was pretty different than what you saw at your high school, regardless of how rigorous a high school you came from. For those of you that are graduate students, WashU also produces graduate students who've taken a lot of courses and done a ton of work, and you're all to be graduated for making that through. So I just want to take a moment to recognize that accomplishment and that contribution. I will also say to the many friends and family and loved ones and general acquaintances and people who are just here because of the success that you, our graduates, have had in completing your degree. I want to welcome all of them here and to tell you, our graduates, that they all share with us, the faculty and staff at WashU, and how proud we are of everything that you've done. And actually, even more importantly, how proud we are of everything you're going to do. In a minute, I'll introduce a video message from the chancellor that I was really happy that he took time to do. And he talks a little bit about how your WashU experience is not over, that now you joined the thousands, the tens of thousands of engineering and hundreds of thousands of WashU alums around the world who are out sort of changing the way the world works, changing society, functioning as a critical part of society. But you all share the experience that you had at WashU. And that creates a very powerful cohort of our graduates. And I want to say now, and we'll say it again later, please, please, please stay connected with us. We want to hear how you took what you learned, what you've absorbed, how you've changed, and how you brought that to the outside world when you were done. For our undergraduates, for some of you, it means getting the first serious job of your career. And parents, we know how exciting that is for you too. But WashU is really about creating opportunity for our students. McKelvey Engineering is really about creating an opportunity within the engineering disciplines, or taking that engineering way of thinking and applying it to whatever you're going to do. So I'll just end my little welcome here by saying that none of us back last January anticipated that we would be doing commencements, classes, even social engagements over Zoom and other technology. But I think it just shows that what really matters are the people, the work that we do together, the things that we've managed to change and continue to make change. And I look forward to when we can all get together and celebrate in person. But I take tremendous joy and satisfaction and pride, frankly, in everything that you've done. All right, so what I'd like to now do is introduce a brief message from Chancellor Andrew Martin. Chancellor Martin took over officially, actually, he took over officially back in the summer of 2019. He had his inaugural address and celebration and sort of launch of his agenda in the fall of 2019. And then, frankly, as he said to me once, all four wheels fell off. And as a new chancellor, he really had to rise to the occasion of helping WashU navigate really unprecedented times. And I personally would like to acknowledge what a tremendous leader he has been for us and has helped us in engineering, and of course us all through WashU sort of manage through this crisis. So Kim, can you play the chancellor's video?
Greetings, graduates and their family and friends, along with those colleagues who may be watching. Thank you for being with us virtually to celebrate this year's December recognition. Though this is certainly not the type of recognition we had anticipated for you, we think it is still immensely important to take this time to recognize your accomplishments. To our parents, guardians, close family members, friends, and colleagues, please know that each of you has played an important role in supporting our students and joining alongside them as they take this important step in their educational journey. We are extremely grateful and honored you are with us to help celebrate their accomplishments. And to our graduating students, congratulations. This is a culminating moment for you, and I'm delighted that you now join our global network of alumni who have helped establish our legacy of distinction in education, research, and patient care, and who are leading the way in their industries and fields. As graduates, you will help carry forward the long legacy of thinkers, innovators, inventors, educators, leaders, and servants who are committed to our mission to discover and disseminate knowledge and to improve lives in service of the greater good. As Chancellor and as an alumnus of this great institution, I'm thrilled to welcome you into the Washington University alumni community. To that end, please remember that your WashU chapter doesn't end here. In fact, in many ways, it's just beginning as you continue the university's tradition of distinction. I look forward to seeing how you'll use the education, skills, tools, and values you gained during your time here as you carry them with you into the world. With that, please come back and visit us often and stay involved and active as members of the WashU community. Congratulations again, and thank you for choosing to align your educational journey with Washington University. I look forward to seeing all your accomplishments and forging ahead on our search for knowledge and truth, both individually and collectively, for many years to come.
I just want to take a moment again to thank the Chancellor for taking the time out to make that recording. As you can imagine, he has a multitude of things that he's had to manage every day, every week. He has meetings at 7 a.m. 3 days a week with the COVID response team, and it's just a daunting set of tasks, and I really appreciate his taking that time out to make that video for us. I'll also follow up with one other thing that the Chancellor said. You know, he talked about the tools and the skills and the education that you received. I meet with many of our alumni, travel both across the country and across the world. And it's truly remarkable to see the number of them that will tell you about how their engineering training led them to be as successful as they have become in disciplines that seem so far removed from engineering. One of my members of our national council, he's the CEO of Carnival Cruise Lines. And if you think there was a tough job recently over the last 12 months, none was harder than that. All right. First, you had the whole issue of the people who were on cruises when the virus spread, to the idea of how do you keep this corporation afloat, pardon the pun, through the tremendous crisis in travel. And he will tell you that his analysis, his ability to deal with the financial markets that have managed to provide various types of funding and the decisions they made, what they've had to do with logistics, all of it comes down to problem solving. And his engineering background, he's a mechanical engineer, spent a bunch of time in Monsanto and eventually ended up running a major organization. That was all his engineering education. And on a lighter side, today happens to be a big weekend of National Football League playoff games. Well, the guy who schedules all of the NFL the year in advance and then makes decisions about which games are going to be played when on which Sundays based upon television and other things, he's also a WashU engineering alum. Originally did some work in systems, moved into logistics, which is just optimization. And the opportunity came to help the NFL deal with scheduling. And oh, by the way, because he was the only one who worked in the NFL headquarters who was technical at all, when they had to set up an entire television system, first for doing security and then for doing instant replay, he ended up running that as well. And again, it was because of his engineering discipline. And finally, some of you watched the launch of the first SpaceX mission, the first manned SpaceX mission earlier this past year. And one of the two astronauts was Bob Behnken, who's one of our engineering, physics, and McKelvey graduates. And he went on to do graduate work in Caltech and then became an astronaut. And so it's just a way of saying, you've just completed your degree, and yes, you are an engineer by every measure. But what that means is you have just tremendous sets of opportunities ahead of you. And frankly, I'm a little envious of the opportunity that you have now going forward, and we're just incredibly curious to hear what happens. All right, so now comes to the time when everyone gets to hopefully see themselves. we have a slide for each of the graduates, and if you've chosen to share a photo, we have photos as well. During this time, if you want to say something, extend a word of congratulations, or just extol the virtues of being done, please use the Q&A feature of the webinar, which is a moderated way for us to be able to make sure that everybody's comments get seen by everyone. So, Assistant Dean Cummins, are we ready for this? All right, well, it says she started, so congratulations again.
Ankit Agarwal, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Sophia Ajiri, Master of Construction Management. Chanwook Tommy An, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Ojin Fago Yvonne Akpo, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Bo Landon Allen, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Turki Akwatwani, Master of Engineering Management. Wei Bai, PhD in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Wingsong Bai, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Hei-Hoon Bang, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Marcos Barcelona, PhD in Biomedical Engineering. Christina Petroni, Master of Construction Management. Alexander Jordan Boydoin, Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Santo Bisawo Bell, Master of Information Systems Management. Ian Matthew Berkey, PhD in Biomedical Engineering. Max Andrew Bernstein, Master of Science in Computer Science. Amin Badair, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Imodai Abdulaziz bin Hilib, Master of Science in Computer Engineering. Adam Michael Bova, Master of Project Management. Mitchell Wayne Brunner, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. John Francis Burns, Master of Information Systems Management. Anthony Michael Cabrera, PhD in Computer Engineering. Suwei Kai, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Deborah Camargos, Master of Construction Management. John Key John Carroll, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Zachary Scott Carroll, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Eric Cowie, PhD in System Science and Mathematics. Matthew Celentano, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Oscar Chavez, Master of Construction Management. Chin-Yi Chu, Master of Science in Engineering, Data Analytics, and Statistics. Hao-Yi Chen, Master of Construction Management. Xu Yang Chen, Master of Information Systems Management. Shi-Fin Chen, Master of Information Systems Management. Xu-Young Qing, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Yang Qing, Master of Science in Engineering, Data Analytics, and Statistics. Daniel Meyer Reedboard Charenson, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Sarah Elizabeth Chitty, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Chan Huai Cho, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Caitlin Clark, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Khalil Clark, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Addison Forrest Cobb, Bachelor of Science, major in Applied Science and Mechanical Engineering. Megan Cohan, Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering, PhD in Biomedical Engineering. Kathy Kelly Connor, Master of Project Management. Andre Cook, Bachelor of Science, major in Applied Science and System Science and Engineering. Alexis Rose Costales, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Gage Cummins, Master of Cybersecurity Management. Oshin DeBoss, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Martham Dates, Master of Cybersecurity Management. Kalen James Denton, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Raymond Dixon, Master of Cybersecurity Management. Tianbin Dian, PhD in Electrical Engineering. Ming Kui Dong, Master of Science in Computer Science. Elena Gates Downs, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Pu Du, Master of Information Systems Management. Yua Du, Master of Information Systems Management. Joshua Keith Eckert, Master of Project Management. Emily Joyce Eisner, Bachelor of Science, major in Applied Science and System Science and Engineering. Zachary Joseph Eisner, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Andrew Christian Emery, Master of Science in Computer Science. Sarah Etta Erdemar, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Tian Feng Feng, Master of Construction Management. Stephen Edward Faust, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Samuel Elliott Fox, Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Ross Thomas Frame, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Anna Sellers Frederick, Master of Construction Management. Daniel William Fu, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Jian Gao, Master of Information Systems Management. Charles Robert Gardner, Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Hao Tian Ji, Master of Engineering Management. Jiaoyang Ji, Master of Construction Management. Elam Kazazade Asai, Ph.D. in Electrical Engineering. Hamid Galami Darami, Ph.D. in Mechanical Engineering. John Edward Gibson II, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Master of Science in Computer Science. Elizabeth Geekus, Bachelor of Science in System Science and Engineering. Robert Allen Goodloe, Jr., Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Chung Gu, Master of Science in Material Science and Engineering. Ben Guan, Master of Science in Computer Engineering. Yang Kwong, Ph.D. in Biomedical Engineering. Ankit Gupta, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Elizabeth Halter, Bachelor of Science in System Science and Engineering. Jacob Hamilton, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Jin Han, Master of Science in Computer Science. Kenwei Pyo Han, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Reishin Han, Master of Information Systems Management. Zexin Han, Master of Science in Computer Engineering. Stephen Daniel Harris, Master of Science in Computer Science. Chase Michael Harquist, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Jiajo House, Ph.D. in Mechanical Engineering. Suzhou He, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Hans Lucas Heindel, Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Lydia Ho, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Brad Hodkinson, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Jason So, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Jia Ming Hu, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Chai Xing Hu, Master of Science in Engineering Data Analytics and Statistics. Sai Hu, Master of Construction Management. Yicheng Wan, Master of Science in Engineering Data Analytics and Statistics. Kai Yu Huang, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Zhihao Wang, Master of Science in Engineering, Data Analytics, and Statistics. Ziyu Huang, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Andrew James Hubbard, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Jackson Richard Hyde, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Katie Sue Jamison, Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering. Dinal Jayasakria, Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Shali Zheng, Ph.D. in Computer Science. Sai Jian, Master of Science in Computer Science. Pengjae Jing, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Rui Jean, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Philip Johnson, Ph.D. in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Benjamin Bruce Johnston, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Yiwen Zhu, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Sungyoung Zheng, Ph.D. in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Keith Kamens, Master of Science in Engineering, Data Analytics, and Statistics. Nurjan Kanajanov, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Yi-Ming Kong, Ph.D. in Computer Science. Ethan Ross Kentor, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Nathaniel Lev K., Bachelor of Science, major in Applied Science and System Science and Engineering. Deshant Kaltri, Ph.D. in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Eugene Kim, Ph.D. in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Min Ki Kim, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Nathaniel King, Ph.D. in Biomedical Engineering. Holly Kinsler, Ph.D. in Biomedical Engineering. Tyler Kirby, Master of Science in Computer Science. Sri Harshesh Kandapali, Ph.D. in Electrical Engineering. Ali Cruzy, Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering, Master of Engineering Management. Annika Kumar, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Hee Wak Kwan, Master of Science in Computer Science. P. Time Jaw, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Jillian Laming, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Daniel Douglas Lane, Ph.D. in Biomedical Engineering. Rudy Michael Lawler, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Heesoo Connie Lee, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering, Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Kieran Lillis Linson, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Aljia Lien, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Bo Lun Lee, Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Chong Lee, Ph.D. in Computer Science. Fengchen Li, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Gong Li, Master of Science in Engineering, Data Analytics and Statistics, Master of Information Systems Management. Gong Li, PhD in Biomedical Engineering. Hao Jin Li, Master of Information Systems Management. Jiang Song Li, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Jidong Li, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Julia Li, Master of Science in Computer Science. Longray Li, Master of Information Systems Management. Suya Li, Master of Science in Engineering, Data Analytics and Statistics. Shirlin Li, Master of Information Systems Management. Yang Li, PhD in Biomedical Engineering. Ukun Li, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering, Master of Science in Computer Science, Master of Science in Engineering, Data Analytics and Statistics. Jia Li, Master of Engineering Management. Charette Li, Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Yu Yin Ling, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Benjamin Liao, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Qinrui Liu, Master of Information Systems Management. Zuyi Liu, Master of Science in Computer Science. Jessica Yifong Lin, Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Jidong Li, Master of Science in Computer Science. Jianan Liu, Master of Science in Computer Science. Renhao Liu, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Xiaoxian Liu, PhD in Computer Science. Xin Min Liu, Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Xingtong Liu, Master of Information Systems Management. Yongqian Liu, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Jersey Liu, Master of Science in Computer Science. Yongchong Long, Master of Science in Computer Engineering. Hallie Lo, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Wei Lu, Master of Information Systems Management. Jianwen Liu, Master of Information Systems Management. Yu J. Law, Master of Engineering Management. Yiqi Law, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Ruorgan Liu, Master of Information Systems Management. Yihan Ma, PhD in Computer Science. Bhavika Mantri, Master of Engineering Management. Austin Mathai, Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Christina Gabrielle Maxwell, PhD in Biomedical Engineering. Hisamalden Mercedes Harfbody, PhD in Electrical Engineering. Duncan McGinnis, Master of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering. Adapalam Milam, Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Jaya Miao, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science plus Economics, Master of Information Systems Management. Jarek Milberg, Master of Science in Cybersecurity Engineering. John William Mills, Jr., Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Jiao To Min, Ph.D. in Biomedical Engineering. Anushka Mishrel, Master of Science in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Catherine Ella Mockett, Bachelor of Science in System Science and Engineering. Ethan Thomas Moniz, Master of Construction Management. Esther Koh Monroe, Master of Science in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Kayla Morgan, Master of Cybersecurity Management. Michael James Motto, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Melissa Malero Delgado, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Ashley Lorraine Munnelly, Master of Cybersecurity Management. Puvin Narahari, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Melvin Paditan Nasi, Master of Construction Management. Reed Michael Neal, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Christopher Aaron Nelson, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Truk Nguyen, Master of Engineering in Robotics. Srinath Nizampartman, Ph.D. in Electrical Engineering. Zachary O'Connor, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Yu Sai Oh, Master of Science in Engineering Data Analytics and Statistics. Zaid Olami, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering, Master of Science in Computer Science. Veronica Pa, Bachelor of Science in System Science and Engineering. Jin Jiao Pan, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering, Master of Science in Engineering Data Analytics and Statistics. Bo Pang, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering. William Barrett Parkinson, Master of Science in Computer Science. Nicholas Alexander Pashos, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Saili Patel, Master of Science in Computer Science. Anya Pawar, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Edward Zachary Puett, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. John Franklin Phillips, Master of Science in Computer Science. William Emmett Pittman IV, Ph.D. in Biomedical Engineering. John Tyler Polasic, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Kendall Pomerlow, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Tejas Prasad, Master of Science in Computer Science. Courtney Nicole Prentice, Master of Construction Management. Grace Prizable, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Lan Gang Chi, Master of Information Systems Management. Yue Chin, Master of Science in Engineering Data Analytics and Statistics. Yi Jing Cho, Master of Science in Engineering Data Analytics and Statistics. Shai Chu, Master of Science in Material Science and Engineering. Eric Rachel, Master of Science in Computer Science. Mahabub Raul, Master of Cybersecurity Management. Rohan Rai, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Alexis Elaine Rayford, Master of Construction Management. Shruti Ramalingam, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Alexander Edwin Rao, Master of Information Systems Management. Rachana Reddy, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Hong Ren, Master of Engineering in Robotics. Rachel Reiner, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Jamari Robinson, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Hao Young Rong, Ph.D. in Biomedical Engineering. Micah J. Rounds, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Darius Joseph Rucker, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Kwemika Nicole Saunders, Master of Engineering Management. Alireza Salvatore, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Stephen Schlau, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. David Ryan Shufton, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Corey Andrew Siddell, Ph.D. in Mechanical Engineering. Chensong Ng, Master of Science in Engineering Data Analytics and Statistics. Joshua Evan Sarota, Master of Science in Computer Science. Mohammed Sahadat, Master of Cybersecurity Management. Rishabh Sharma, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering. Wenju Shen, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Xiao Drew Shen, Master of Engineering in Robotics. Ju Chi Wen Chen, Master of Information Systems Management. Zafei Shen, Master of Construction Management. Stephen Michael Chuchuk, Master of Engineering in Robotics. Chunyan Shi, Master of Engineering Management. Andrew Insub Shin, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Nathan August Shreve, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering. Poom Samtisa Won, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Yongchen Situ, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Abel Mesfin Solomon, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Chung Yu Song, Ph.D. in Biomedical Engineering. Yongchong Song, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Justin Robert Stairs, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Natalie Stolman, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. John Thomas Streepy, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Shannon So, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Tiffany Lynn Shahersky, Master of Information Systems Management. Young Sui, Master of Material Science and Engineering. Benjamin Jeffrey Sumlin, Ph.D. in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Xiao Sun, Master of Engineering in Robotics. Tong Sun, Master of Information Systems Management. Young Zi Sun, Master of Information Systems Management. Chong Tong, Master of Engineering Management. Chong Tong, Master of Information Systems Management. Guangju Tao, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Zatian Tao, Master of Science in Material Science and Engineering. Benjamin Ryan Tattersfield, Master of Science in Material Science and Engineering. David Henry Teakin, Master of Engineering in Robotics, Master of Control Engineering. Ming Cha Dong, Master of Science in Computer Science. Lisette Torres Escobedo, Master of Engineering in Computer Science and Engineering. Fong Lin Tran, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Ya Tu, Master of Science in Engineering, Data Analytics, and Statistics. Benjamin Mayer Zudicker, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Najib Owner, Ph.D. in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Benjamin Vondersam, Bachelor of Science in System Science and Engineering. Rajagopal Venkatesaramoni, Master of Science in Computer Science. Hai Yu Wan, Master of Science in Computer Science. Yiling Wang, Master of Information Systems Management. Hai Yu Wang, Master of Science in Computer Science. Hong Wan, Bachelor of Science in System Science and Engineering, Master of Science in Engineering, Data Analytics, and Statistics. Hongbu Wang, Master of Science in Computer Science and Mathematics. Jia Yao Wang, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Chi Ming Wong, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Tin Yi Wong, Master of Information Systems Management. Yi Wang, Master of Science in Engineering Data Analytics and Statistics, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Yi Ping Wang, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science plus Mathematics. Yitong Wang, Master of Science in Computer Science. Yongjin Wang, Master of Engineering Management. Yuhong Wang, Master of Information Systems Management. Zai-Ki Wang, Master of Science in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Shanda Ray, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Christopher Wendt, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Hong Wai, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Master of Science in Computer Science. Robert Michael Williams, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Fan Wu, Master of Science in Computer Science. Hao Yu Wu, Master of Information Systems Management. Junan Wu, Ph.D. in Mechanical Engineering. Xin Wu, Master of Information Systems Management. Wen Tao Wu, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Yi Ming Shi, Master of Information Systems Management. Yi Ming Shi, Master of Science in Material Science and Engineering. Yijin Sheng, Ph.D. in Electrical Engineering. Yulei Xia, Master of Engineering Management. Chen Xu, Master of Science in Computer Science. Linghua Xu, Ph.D. in Material Science and Engineering. Jijian Shi, Master of Construction Management. Jihin Shua, Master of Information Systems Management. Saida Xu, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Tong Yan, Master of Information Systems Management. Chulai Yang, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Haobo Yang, Master of Science in Material Science and Engineering. Louise Yang, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering. Xiaodi Yang, Master of Science in Computer Science. Yiquin Yang, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Dazhong Yi, Ph.D. in Mechanical Engineering. Yuejia Ying, Master of Construction Management. Wangjiang Zhen, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Zujin Jia, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Hao Chen John, Master of Engineering Management. Boyang Zhang, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Chenzi Zhang, Master of Information Systems Management. David James Zhang, Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Jiacheng Zhang, Master of Science in Computer Science. Ling Shu Zhang, Master of Science in Engineering, Data Analytics, and Statistics. Miao Zhang, Master of Engineering in Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Tei Zhang, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Ye Zhang, Master of Information Systems Management. Yuqiu Zhang, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Jia Wei Zhao, Master of Information Systems Management. Lian Dong Zhao, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Yiwei Jin, Master of Engineering Management. Jilyung Chung, Master of Engineering Management. Kan Zhou, Master of Science in Computer Science. Wei Min Cho, PhD in Electrical Engineering. Yao Zhou, PhD in Electrical Engineering. Yu Chen Cho, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering. Thank you for attending Washington University and for selecting the McKelvey School of Engineering. You will forever be part of our family. We appreciate you taking the time to join us today. We look forward to seeing you again on campus in the future. Please stay safe and healthy. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you again.